Friends, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be sharing with you guys how to sew a bustier blouse with queen and neckline. It is very simple. If this is what you're interested in learning, please keep on watching. And if you are here to hit on the subscribe button, please subscribe and let's get started. Now guys, two videos before this particular tutorial, I made a tutorial showing you how to draft out the queen and neckline. So here is the pattern. Now if you haven't seen that particular tutorial, I'm going to link it up in the description box so you go check it out. Now I'm going to go cut this out on my fabric. I'm making use of 2 yards of fabric for this particular tutorial. I'm equally making use of 2 yards of lining. So I've gone ahead to cut it out on both my lining piece and the fabric piece. Okay, so guys, as you can see, the center front I added half an inch around the neckline. The side front I added half an inch around the neckline, and around the armhole I added 1.5 inches seam allowance. I'm going to come to that so that you understand. Now around the yoke I added half an inch around the neckline and also half an inch at the down part. So here is my feasible interface. I made use of paper stay for this particular tutorial, and I'm using it for both the lining and the actual fabric. So guys, as you can see, I'm trying to raise this up so that you guys can see what I have right here. For the back piece, I also cut out the lining piece and the actual piece for that, and equally the fusible interface I'm going to use into it. Okay, now around the armhole of the side front I added 1.5 inches seam allowance. This is because I removed that of 1.5 inches around the over bust when I was cutting it out. And I told you I was going to add it up when cutting on fabric. So guys, I am done ironing the interface into the actual fabric and the lining. So this is what we have. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in just the center front and the side front, and then I'm going to go ahead and double pad it using wadding. Okay, so I'm using wadding for this particular tutorial. If you have been following my tutorial for the longest time, you know I always make use of hairstay to pad, but for this tutorial I'm going to make use of wadding, and you know that wadding is very strong. So you guys, around the curve of my bustier I went ahead to remove half an inch on the wadding, as you can see, so that when I join this together I'll be able to have my seams very flat. If you don't do this, your seams might be bulky, so you want to reduce half an inch around the wadding. Okay, now guys, I'm going to go join this center front and the side front together, and to do that I'm going to ensure that the right sides are facing each other. Okay, so after I join one side of it, I'm going to repeat the same thing to the other side, as you can see me showing you like this. And then after that I'm equally going to bring in the back and then join the darts allowance on the actual fabric and the lining. Okay, now I'll go join this on my sewing machine and come show you guys. So here is it. I am done joining it together, and you can see what I have on the inside. You can see how flat the seam allowance on the inside is looking. Okay, that's why you need to cut out half an inch around the curves. I hope you guys understand. I've equally done the same thing for the lining, and you can see how neatly finished this is looking. So guys, next thing I want to do now is bring in the yoke. Okay, and for the yoke I'm going to move over to my sewing machine and stitch around the neckline, the half an inch that I added around the neckline. I'm going to go stitch it down just like this. I will equally do the same thing to the other side of the yoke. And once I am done doing that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the right side just like this, and then fix it into the bustier. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go do this and come show you guys what we have. So guys, I'm done stitching this down and you can see what I have. I'm going to turn it over to the wrong side so that you can clearly see what I have right here. Can you see? Can you see what I have? So next thing I want to do now is join this yoke into the bustier just like this. I'm going to ensure that the right side of the yoke is facing the right side of the bustier blouse just like this, and you are going to note the place you are supposed to fix this in. Okay, so go sew it using half an inch seam allowance that you added right at the down parts, and you guys, this is what you should have after stitching this. So I'm going to turn it over to the wrong side so you can see what I have. Can you see? Now the next thing I want to do is push it downward just like this, and I'm going to use my lining to turn the neckline. So first of all, you want to use your pin to hold it in place. Can you see what I'm doing? And once you are done, go ahead and sew this using half an inch just like this. Now after that, you are equally going to stitch the back with the lining. Okay, so this is my back actual fabric. I'm going to bring in the lining piece, and then I'm going to ensure that the right side of the lining and the right side of the actual fabric are facing each other, and then I'm going to go stitch up the neckline. After that, I will notch and top stitch and then stitch the zipper area with quarter of an inch, and equally stitch the side with quarter of an inch, and then come show you guys what we have. Now guys, I am done turning out the yoke with the lining and equally turned the side seam of the front. So on the inside, you can see what we have. Can you see? I'm now going to bring in the back so you can see I've also holding the zipper allowance of the back so you can see what I have. Now next thing I want to do is join the shoulders of both the front and the back. So what I want to do is bring in the front piece, place it on the back, making sure that the right sides are facing each other just like this, and I'll simply move over to my sewing machine and sew the shoulder. So when you are sewing the shoulder, ensure that the lining piece faces the lining piece and the actual piece faces the actual piece. And also once you are done turning the shoulder, join the side seams, and you guys, after that, this is what we have. So you guys, this is our queen and neckline. It is actually very simple. I'm going to go fix this on mannequin so that you guys can see exactly what we achieved on the final result. I hope you find this tutorial helpful. If you do, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Remember to hit on the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. All right, and you guys also share this particular tutorial so that more people can get to see it. That is a little way you can support me. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.